Welcome to Thinking Outside the Soil with your host, Johnny Alfalfaseed, where we get to talk story and touch on topics about hydroponics and the farmers who grow the crops and creatures we need to eat. Good morning, and hello from Blooming Health Farms, and happy July 4th to all of my fellow Americans from our feathered friends and us here in Greeley. Thank you for being with us on this beautiful morning, and happy July 4th to the rest of the world. Speaking of the rest of the world, I just shipped my first international book to Lebanon. So Thinking Outside the Soil is in an area where it's arid, and the book went to an engineer, no less, who's bravely going down the path of becoming a dairy farmer. So pretty neat having a global impact in such a short amount of time. Today I wanted to briefly touch on some of the advantages of sprouting your grains, like our chicken blend, versus fermenting your feed, like any of the grain or seed you may use, or the premium organic feed that you buy. Show of hands, who out there ferments their chicken feeds? Okay, don't worry, I can't actually see you, but humor me. Yeah, I know it's a splendid way to squeeze out more nutrition from the feed, but what if I told you that sprouting your grains will roll out the red carpet to even better results? Well, we've adopted a feeding regimen of live sprouts in combination with an organic layer feed as the supplement. And what's amazing is we're able to feed an entire flock of 100 chickens in less time than it takes to watch a rerun. And guess what? We're also saving almost 30% on feed costs compared to if we were to just simply ferment our grain and use layer pellets like many out there. But before we dive into today's show, I do have a small request for you. If you're liking what you've heard so far, please leave a review and share your thoughts, your likes, your wishes. And don't forget to subscribe so you get the latest episodes. Now, I know many chicken farmers out there are fermenting their feed as a penny pinching measure. They're saving some costs because they're able to get a bit more out of their feed. And that's because the fermentation process essentially makes a nutritious cocktail of beneficial enzymes in the feed, squeezing more bang from your buck. And the whole thing takes about a week's time and requires about as much work as brewing a pot of coffee. When I ventured into chicken farming, I also wanted more for my money. However, my hens would often turn their beaks up at some of the fermented feed. And the ones that did end up eating of it, well, let's just say there were a lot of messy consequences. So I started to wonder to myself, could I use the same feed and time to extract more value? And enter sprouting, the superhero of our show. We found that by consistently sprouting for our flock, we not only offered them this delicious treat, but also managed to control our feed costs with a better diet. But the secret wasn't just about sprouting. I experimented and developed a feeding regimen using a blend of grains and seeds that I determined were appropriate for chickens. And then, just to be sure they were getting what they need, I topped it off with a dash of organic feed. We use the New Country Organics feed at the time of the production of the show. We have gone through other organic brands like Scratch and Peck. We bought the organic feeds from the big box stores like Tractor Supply and Murdoch's, going through their different brands, and since have settled on New Country Organics. And what amazing results that we've had along the way, increasing our sprouting and feeding regimen as part of our standard operating procedures has shown us amazing results. Imagine waking up to the perfect organic egg that costs less than those from the organic farmer next door who's still on the fermenting bandwagon. Any farmer can easily sprout a mix and follow this game-changing regimen. And you'll see a reduction in your feed costs and unlock a more efficient way to care for your flock. But I did say it was brief, so that is all I have for you today. If you're just really wanting to learn more about hydroponic fodder, head on over to thinkingoutsidethesoil.com and grab yourself a copy of my book. And as a thank you for tuning in, I've also got a special gift for you. Check out the links below. There is a free sprouting video. Follow our show, snag that book, watch that video so you don't miss out on becoming part of this next agricultural revolution. Thank you for lending me your ears today on today's show. Join us again on another episode of Thinking Outside the Soil. Take care and have an excellent day. Hey, before you go, check out the links below, and if you'd be so kind as to leave a rating and review and follow the show. For those with feathered friends, don't forget to get yourself some of our Blooming Health Farms Chicken Blend Sprouting Mix. This supplemental mix has been shown to give you some of the best eggs with the yummiest yolks. You'll have happy, healthy hens that abandon the feeder and give you eggs with high levels of vitamin A and omega fatty acids. So don't forget to get yourself some Blooming Health Farms Chicken Blend Sprouting Mix.